Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Dolphin Reef. Dolphin Reef is the 14th release under the DisneyNature label of all ages friendly documentaries. This time, we're following a 3-year-old dolphin named Echo, who's learning how to fend for himself amongst the vast ocean he calls home. Now, Dolphin Reef actually has quite the extensive history behind it. Finally, April 3rd, 2020, we are able to see this film. Because originally, Dolphin Reef was meant to be released as Dolphins, a DisneyNature documentary meant to be theatrically released, as the majority of DisneyNature films have been, way back in April 20th of 2018. Now, it did receive a March release only in France, though, of 2018, and mysteriously was pulled from the release schedule. It was then announced later in 2019 that the documentary would be coming to Disney Plus. However, it wasn't available when the streaming service debuted, and there was no announcement, update, anything. So once again, those of us who do look forward to DisneyNature releases each and every year, come Earth Day, we're left wondering, what happened to dolphins? Well, finally, Disney Plus and DisneyNature announced that the film would be released to kick off Earth Month on April 3rd as one half of a coupling, signifying the first ever DisneyNature releases straight to Disney Plus. And this time narrated by Natalie Portman. So in the end, was Dolphin Reef worth all of this hoopla to finally experience? I say it definitely was. This was one of my favorite DisneyNature films to date. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives. Well, a big positive to kick us off is the cinematography. Of course, this is a nature documentary, and just like all the DisneyNature films leading up to this, it is stunning to behold. I think particularly with these ocean or water set nature docs, they are just stunningly beautiful, and I was watching in awe through half of this film. And although we are set in the ocean, we do get a nice variation of settings for this film. They did properly retitle this Dolphin Reef because this pod of dolphins actually lives at a reef. And we also get to learn a lot about the reef life and the other creatures who call that home as well. But then the dolphins head on out to the open ocean as well as a more shallow mud bay. But our subject matters also provide a big positive. Dolphins, as the film states, and you'll see, are very close to humans in a lot of ways. They're not humanoid at all in appearances like apes are. However, they are very much like us when it comes to behaviors, both positive and negative, actually. And I love that the film kind of depicted that they are a good reflection to see ourselves in the oceanic world. But we get to meet crabs and turtles, humpback whales and orcas, sharks and fish, the whole gambit. And what the film does really well is, in a more subtle fashion, infuse the idea that we're all in this together. They focus on an ecosystem like a reef that is fully dependent on everything, all of the creatures of the ecosystem, to quite simply stay alive, never mind thrive. And I think it really, really kind of eloquently states what the film's overall message is. We all share this world. We have to do our part for their world to continue to thrive, because their world is in fact part of our world and an essential part of our world. So we need those oceans to thrive in order for us to continue living. I think that's done really well on a more contained level as we watch the reef and see all of these different animals and creatures really interacting with each other. There's actually a spot where they kind of go down the food chain, and it's all done really well. And then, of course, in the end, it's hammered home a little bit more directly. But what I enjoyed was really focusing on all of these different animals and how they do interact with each other, their fun little personalities and quirks. And I have to say, I watch a lot of animal documentaries, and this one still taught me a few things. Something happens with humpback whales, and I had no idea they did that. Something else happened with dolphins. There was like nuggets of information about bottlenose dolphin themselves that I didn't know. So it was actually really quite refreshing to actually learn specific things about a lot of different species. So yes, this is one of the more fun, light-hearted of the DisneyNature films. They don't focus as much on the kind of perilous times or the danger as much as the more light-hearted, easy breezy type of feeling to it, including Natalie Portman's very fun narration. But it's also very educational. I learned quite a bit, and I think young kids will have fun and get a lot out of it in terms of knowledge. Then, what doesn't work so well when it came to Dolphin Reef? So really, my problems with the film are very nitpicky. I think Stephen Price's score is good overall, but with his score and actually this outside like militant music that was overplayed as well, sometimes the score was too much. I was like, oh my gosh, what? Where did this music choice come from? This isn't the first time a DisneyNature film has thrown in some crazy musical selections, but it came from the score as well this time around, where I was like, oh, whew, this is a bit much for what we're watching. And I do think there are a couple of moments in here where editing certainly ups the drama factor of what's happening, because it is a DisneyNature film and they do create some sort of narrative. Thankfully, it's purely out of just editing work and narration rather than interference. But there was a couple times in here where I was like, that seems a little bit suspect in the terms of timeline. But overall, I think Dolphin Reef was a wonderful, wonderful nature film that is fully accessible to the entire family. I had a lot of fun watching these animals interact. As I said, I even learned some things, which, to be honest, going into DisneyNature films, I don't always learn something because I have watched so many of these nature documentaries myself. But it was refreshing, even for someone like me, to find out a few new facts. Since we're all under self-quarantine, I think this is a great film to sit down and watch with the entire family. I think you all will have a great time with it. Learn to love little Echo, the dolphin, and really have a conversation about the importance of working to protect our world and how we are also integrated into this whole system. So that is my review of Dolphin Reef. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Dolphin Reef? Or have you already seen it? If you have, let me know your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!